In this example, we want to calculate the average rate of change from 1 to 7 using a graph. So first remember that an average rate of change is just the slope. So we're basically looking to compute the slope from 1 to 7. So let's find our coordinates first. So when x equals 1, it looks like my y value here is 3. So my first coordinate is 1, comma 3. And then when x is equal to 7 over here, my y value is 0. So my second coordinate is 7, comma 0. So slope is just the change in the y values divided by the change in the x values. So remember that means we are going to just subtract our y values to get the difference, and then subtract the x values and divide. So this will give us 0 minus 3 divided by 7 minus 1, which is negative 3 divided by 6, which will simplify to be negative 1/2. Now, graphically, the relationship between this value and our graph, if we were to connect these 2 points and create a line, and this is particularly important for those of you moving on to calculus, this type of line is called a secant line. And so we just computed the slope of this secant line. So you can confirm that your answer is correct if you look at this line, and if we were to start at this coordinate, see that we would go down 1 and we would go right 2 to get to the next good coordinate. And we can repeat that: down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, and that confirms graphically that our slope is correct. So now let's do this one more time, but this time from x equals 0 to x equals 2. So let's first find our 2 coordinates. The first coordinate appears to be 0, comma 1, and the second coordinate is 2, comma 4. So once again, our slope is the change in y divided by the change in x. So that will be 4 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 0, which gives us 3 divided by 2. So again, that means if we were to connect these 2 points with a line, this line would be called a secant line because it's cutting through this curve, and the slope of this secant line should be 3/2. And we can confirm that graphically, realizing that we would go up 3 and right 2 to get to my next point. So my change in y is 3 and my change in x is 2, which confirms our average rate of change is correct.